This is your life. No one else is going to live it for you. Starting a new chapter or business or personal growth often requires making significant changes. One of the most important yet challenging for many is knowing when to let go of relationships that just no longer serve you. So for today's episode, how you can navigate all of this, the first thing to consider is evaluating your current circle of friends. I know that you are well aware that your circle of friends has a profound impact on your mindset, your success, the actions you take, the thoughts that you think, the opinions that you have. I mean, all of it. It's very important to take the time to assess if your current relationships are holding you back. Now, there's 3 questions to ask yourself, and these were 3 questions that I asked myself. So three questions you can ask yourself. The first is, do they challenge and inspire me? The second question to ask yourself is, are they supportive of my business and life goals? The third question to ask yourself, do we share common values? Now, if the answer is no to all 3 of these, or even one of them, it might be time to seek out new connections. For me personally, it was not easy for me to let go of relationships in the past. Now, I started my business back in 2008, and I really wasn't as discerning back then as I am now. Back then, it was pretty hard for me because these were people that I definitely cared about. We grew up together. Matter of fact, it actually took me relocating to a different city to move on, and it changed my life tremendously. I'm not saying you have to do anything that drastic, but sometimes you might have to do that. This is your life. The second thing that I want to talk about is surrounding yourself with like-minded people. And this might not be simple for some of you watching. It's not the easiest for me. I have more introverted tendencies. Matter of fact, I set my business up in a way to make connections with like-minded people. And I'll share what that is in a moment. Focus on connecting with people who share your ambitions and values and are interesting. I definitely love a variety of different people. I mean, I even connect with people whose values are a little bit different. I like friends who will challenge me, that will help me think different. It's just very important to expand your circle of friends, your network with people who understand your whole vision for your business, for your life. There are 3 common ways to create a new circle of friends, a new support system. You can join communities, online or offline. You can attend events, networking groups related to your business or life goals. There's just an abundance of communities online, and also take a look at your local community, what things are going on there, because I think it's important to not only make online connections, but also offline connections. Another way to build a new circle is to find mentors or coaches, people who have achieved a level of success or they have a lifestyle that like to aspire to. These are people who can guide you along the way. These are people who are experienced. Plus, these are people that help you grow. It's always important for us to make sure that we surround ourselves with positive people, driven people who encourage growth, hold you accountable, and inspire you to achieve more. If you're hanging around people or in a relationship, intimate relationship with someone that does not provide those things, it's a clear sign it's time to move on. I have been able to have a built-in aspect to my business model to where it forces me to connect with people on a genuine level. People that are interesting. One of them is my podcast. I talk to so many interesting people. I also organize and host collaboration projects. Having those 2 things built into my business model has given me an opportunity to connect with so many people from around the world. Being an introvert, that totally helped me in ways that I never thought would even be possible. I'm a nature babe, so I get to meet a lot of people on the hiking trails here in Colorado. Okay, now I want to talk about understanding the process of letting go. Now, I know this is not simple for a lot of people. There is a process. As you get more discerning, as you get more confident and clear about your vision for your life and business, it makes it very easy for you to draw that line in the sand about who you will let into your life and who you will not. As you grow, some friendships or intimate relationships may no longer fit your life, and letting go can be difficult. I think it's just so important to embrace that change without guilt. Again, this is your life. No one else is going to live it for you. So I have some suggestions on how to approach it. I mean, first of all, recognize that change is natural. Who wants to stay the same? I think like if you stay the same, you're not really living life. So as your priorities shift, so will the dynamics of certain relationships. And it doesn't mean that those relationships weren't meaningful. They just served a purpose at that time. When I relocated to a different city, I left behind my childhood best friend. And that was one of the hardest things. We grew up together, we were partners in crime, but I changed. And I'm just so grateful we had that connection for that many years. I know this is a suggestion, but this may not apply to some people in your life. Like you might just have to cut them off. And that's communicating properly. If it feels right, have an honest conversation with that person. Explain your focus on your new goals and how that might impact your relationship. Now, again, really depends on the situation and who that person is and the dynamic of your relationship. Another approach is to create distance. Like in some cases, it is just best to let a relationship fade away naturally so you can maintain distance without confrontation. I know I don't like confrontation. There might be some people, friends, families, intimate relationships that you're ready to let go of. Some of these people are going to try to guilt trip you. As you pursue your business and life goals, I mean, you might feel guilty when distancing yourself from the relationships that you're ready to move on from. I mean, you have to remember that growth is essential for success. I'm going to say this again like a broken record. No one is living your life but you. So some ways that you can move on gracefully is focus on your future, not your past. Embrace the possibilities. Allow yourself to meet new people. Don't isolate yourself. As a person who has introverted tendencies, I'm okay with being by myself, but I also know as a human being, it's not healthy. Before I close out this episode, I have some final thoughts for you. Building a new life in a circle of friends is essential. I even think critical to pursuing your business and life goals. Surrounding yourself around people who inspire and support you will empower you to reach new heights. So don't be afraid to let go of relationships that no longer serve you or your vision for your business and your life. It's a natural part of changing into the person you're meant to be.